this is a new sports podcast, we just dive into the first topic. And the opening banter is because I saw you kind of want to see like what's one of the hottest takes you've ever heard. And this one is one. Okay. And this one, I kind of have two, but the one I heard was Evan Mobley is better than Tim Duncan. Let me rephrase that. Not hot take, stupid take. Like just ridiculous, because that is so untrue.
Why does that even have any traction? Like, what's the argument?
So the only thing I saw this between an old head and a new head. How do you say that? Newer generation person. And the argument was Evan Mobley is more like versatile, because Tim Duncan wasn't necessarily like athletic, even though he actually was. He just was. I think what it was is he wasn't flashy. Yeah. Tim Duncan was like baseline border, post moves, bank shot. And I think Evan Mobley, and that's not really disrespecting Evan Mobley. I think more than it is just Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time, arguably.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the traction, though, to answer Jacob's question, was Evan Mobley is more versatile as far as he can shoot outside the perimeter as well. And maybe he can do a little more perimeter defense. Okay. But tell me your guys' take.
I think the problem is you can actually watch the games. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I think to even compare them in the same breath is very disrespectful, because I don't know what Evan Mobley's even done.
Exactly. Here's the thing. How many people don't even know who Evan Mobley is?
Yeah.
A lot of people know who Tim Duncan
especially
is.
Now, because he's got like dreads. But
does he?
Right.
Yeah, he does. He kind of looks like an old lady.
Huh. I actually don't think I knew he had dreads. He went to dreads.
If you were to see Evan Mobley on the street, I wouldn't even know. And I watch a lot of basketball. I wouldn't know.
Would you even recognize him?
Yeah, I wouldn't even recognize him.
Right.
I recognize Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Tim Duncan's very recognizable. I just feel like this is another case of as soon as somebody's mildly successful, they start making comparisons to the tip top of the sport.
Right.
So
same thing with SGA.
Right. So SGA and Kobe, as soon as Patrick Mahomes started winning, they're like, is he Tom Brady? You know, who's better, him or Tom Brady? And honestly, now that Mahomes has won a couple of championships, I can start to entertain arguments of him being, a top of this quarterback or whatever. But getting back to the topic at hand between Mobley and Duncan, I don't understand. I mean, Tim Duncan averaged close to a triple-double for a finals series, maybe multiple times, and I think he had a quadruple-double in a finals game one time with points, rebounds, blocks, and assists.
He also had an MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had an MVP.
Yeah.
And also did he have a defensive player of the year as well?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not, but he was all defensive team multiple times.
Yeah. And I think another good barometer is if you listen to players who played against him, and even players who were dominant, they all have nothing but good things to say about Tim Duncan, and they all talk about how good he was and how dominant he was.
100%.
And so, if you have any respect for those players who played in his era, which I think most people, if you're a sports fan, do.
And he played in one of my favorite eras. He came in 98?
Yeah, it was late.
99?
It was late 90s, and he won a championship with David Robinson. Right. And then eventually through the early 2000s, they got the band together with him and Tony Parker and Ginobili and all them. And then it was off to the races.
And then he won his last one with Kawhi.
Right.
And
if it wasn't for, at that point in history, the greatest shooter of all time making one of the most clutch shots that we've seen, that at least I've seen in my lifetime with Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they might have 6, you know?
It wouldn't surprise me if they did, honestly.
And if they get 6, are you throwing Duncan in? Because people use, the Michael Jordan 6 thing all the time. He would have been 6-0 in the finals, just like Jordan was. Mm-hmm. So are you going to put Duncan in the same breath as Michael Jordan if he wins 6 championships? I don't know. So why are we going to put Evan Mobley even close to him?
So I think it's easy to just that is a stupid. It's not even a hot take. That's a stupid take.
No, I agree. It was the most, I think what the topic mostly was the most absurd take.
Yeah.
And to throw back a classic absurd take that I think is really funny. And just to clarify, the person that said this acknowledged it was the Colin Cowherd, Ben Simmons. LeBron, you can leave now. Ben Simmons.
Oh my word!
Like, we're good.
We're good.
Oh my word!
Simmons
Ben Simmons is here.
He also did something similar with Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
And I listen to Colin Cowherd every day of my life. And if you talk 3 hours a day, 20 years, you're eventually going to say some stupid stuff.
And I remember he owned up to that. And what do you like? Yeah. And that is such a valid argument. Like, I have to entertain people hours a day.
Yeah.
Right.
So and at the time, Ben Simmons was looking like a good prospect. He was literally a Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Except he couldn't shoot. Magic couldn't really shoot. But
Right.
Then,
I'm pretty sure I've made more NBA threes than he has. I think he's made a few, but it was bad.
I think you're only like 5 behind him.
Yeah, it was bad. Like there could be a charity night and I might pass him.
Yeah.
Right.
Who knows?
All right. The other one I have to kind of move on, and this one was interesting, and there was a whole article kind of towards it, but the other take was basketball is the easiest team sport to play. Now, let me tell you their explanation. Their explanation about it was that in basketball, you can have one dominant player that can dominate both sides of the floor as far as offense and defense. In football, if you have an insane quarterback, he's still only on the field half the time. And then also, I mean, they didn't really talk much about soccer. We don't know anything about soccer, so I'm not worrying about that. NHL, they sub a lot. Mm-hmm. And obviously the defense in the NHL is so much, how do you say it? Is harder? Probably. I don't know. I'm not as much of a hockey person as well either. But either way, that's what kind of their argument was in basketball. I think it's more you can influence on defense and offense more than other sports.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I feel like LeBron's run on the Cavs was that example.
Yeah.
When he took him to the finals, even though he got swept.
Yeah. Yeah. But he got swept.
But he got swept. I mean, he did. But he got swept by the Spurs.
Yeah.
But
right.
Again, he took a team of Big Z, Eric Snow at point guard. I'm trying to think who else. Him. I don't know who other guys are.
Williams or something.
Yeah. Something like
Sasha Pavlovic. Zajunas Ilgauskas.
Yeah.
Larry Hughes.
Yeah. But in football, you can, as long as like the luxury positions are good. Like if you got a good left tackle, quarterback, and wide receiver, and subpar running back, you still probably do okay. On defense, if you got a good edge rusher, good cornerback, I don't know. I think
right, but you're naming multiple positions.
Yeah, well, there's 11 versus 5.
Yeah, right.
So there's just more positions to play.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they were saying. So like in football, there's more room for error.
So I would say the only position that I think can affect the outcome of the game just as much or more than a elite basketball player is a goaltender in hockey. Like a goaltender in hockey, if you're a top tier goaltender, like look at Connor Hellebuyck in the last game they played against Canada. Like from what I understand, Canada had a roster that was just ridiculous. It was an insane roster
to a degree.
And because Connor Hellebuyck is a multiple Vezina Trophy winning goaltender, he was able to make some ridiculous saves and took a U.S. team that probably shouldn't have beat Canada and they won.
Right, yeah.
Right, and I understand that they're not scoring the goals, which in basketball you can both score and defend.
Right.
But I would say that maybe that's the closest. But I would actually tend to agree with that a single player can have the most impact in basketball.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I don't think it's really just because, like Jacob said, it's 5-on-5.
Right.
It's not more than
especially
that.
like Wemby. Like when he's in, like people literally will dribble away from paint.
Right.
Like he can guard like they always say, like LeBron can guard every position, but I feel like Wemby could almost guard every position at one time.
Right.
Because he's so huge and so lanky.
Wemby,
he could cover someone in the paint. They could kick out to someone 3 and he can already be there because he's so huge and adjust the shot. So like basketball probably is the one sport where one player can dictate the entire thing.
Right. No, I agree. So let's dive into our big stories. Obviously, the current story is the Knicks are up 2-0, and they're not just up 2-0, but they are up 2-0 and have the next 2 games at home.
Yeah, that's tough.
Is this surprising to you all?
It's a little surprising to me. I watched the end of. In fact, I didn't watch any of the first game, but I did watch the end. Maybe second half of the second game, and the Spurs looked like they were in control. They weren't blowing them out, but it looked like they were keeping pace with them. And I think Wemby, he obviously made that one rookie mistake at the end by throwing it off of Castle's back.
Mm-hmm. Right,
but
it was unfortunate.
What I haven't seen from him yet is he's been consistent, but I haven't seen him just absolutely take over yet.
He's not aggressive at all.
Right, and you'll see guys that everybody hails as great, and you'll see times where they'll just put it into overdrive and they'll score 6, 8, 10 points straight, and they'll make a couple of great defensive plays, and they'll turn a game in 2 minutes. And you're just like, what in the world happened? Oh, LeBron went from 15 points to 25, and now he's got 10 assists, and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that from Wemby yet, and I think,
and he's young,
and I think, and we'll actually, I'll probably talk about this later on in the show, but I think that the Spurs and last year's Patriots in football are kind of the same. They're the same situation where I think they're a year ahead of where they should be. So I'm not sure that the Patriots should have made the Super Bowl last year, but they did because of certain circumstances. I think they were a year away, and I think the Spurs also might be a year away from being really dominant because they don't quite have that experience that they need to put the nail in the coffin.
They're very young.
Yeah.
Very young.
So I don't know.
I assumed I thought that the Spurs would win game 1 because the Knicks were off for like 10 days or whatever it was. But I didn't expect them to win, especially by double digits. And then they win game 2 also by double digits. And they haven't lost a game since the NFL draft, which is crazy.
That is wild.
And then Jalen Brunson's not even playing that well. Like, he scored 30 in the first game, but I think his field goal percentage, it was horrible. And even the last game, he was missing a ton of shots, and he made a few clutch shots at the end. And so I think that if he just performs a little better tonight, I think they'll win again. And if they win tonight, I think it's over.
Yeah.
I think Wemby's just a little scared of Cat. And
well, I think Cat's one of the best matchups for him.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that that's who you play in the finals.
Yeah. And OG he dunked on him. He dunked right in front of him.
Yeah.
It was just, and Cat dunked in front of him. It was just.
Yeah. I think one of the things that got him over Chet was, one, Chet Holmgren is tiny and Hartenstein is bigger, but those guys are also like younger. And so I feel like the Knicks, like Karl Anthony Towns has probably been in the league 10 years, right? Maybe more.
He played.
He was 20.
He played in
13.
He left
Kentucky
in 2015.
Oh, 15. Okay, so he's about 10 years.
Yeah.
So you're talking, and you're also kind of talking like a grown man,
right?
Even though Cat's a little bit on the feminine side.
Yeah, but I guess he is marrying a woman, so we can put those speculations to bed.
Chet, I think Chet was scared of Wemby. I think that's why that happened.
I think he was too. He scored 4 points.
Chet's been in the league for a while. He's won a championship, but I think.
Oh, you're right.
He was scared of Wemby, and now Wemby is kind of acting like he's scared of Cat. But now he could just turn it on, and they could win 4 straight. You never know.
Yeah,
that's what you want to see.
I think it's also tough because Karl Anthony Towns is a good enough shooter that Wembanyama can't stand in the lane.
No, right. That really forces him to stretch.
Right.
Because even though he's still that lockdown defender, Cat can shoot well enough to where you have to contest a shot.
Yeah.
So I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, and the numbers bear this out, obviously. I don't think anybody's come back from 3-0 in basketball, but I think that some people will make more of this series than maybe they should. Like, if the Spurs get swept, I don't think I would think any less of the Spurs or Victor Wembanyama.
Right.
For the reasons that I said, I think they're a year ahead of where they should be. I think that maybe they need, and it's good that they're getting this experience. I think this will actually accelerate their growth because they've got this championship experience. But I think they still need to work for maybe one more season, and then they'll really be dangerous next year.
You never know, though.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you don't.
They could. I thought OKC was going to be a dynasty. They lost this year. They're going to have to do something with Chet. They could go. They could never be back. You never know.
I was kind of confident OKC was going to win it this year.
Yeah, I didn't want them to win it. This year.
I didn't either. But they didn't look like anyone was stopping them.
I think basketball fandom as a whole just willed them to lose. Like, nobody wanted them to win.
That's possible. Possible.
I remember that game me and you watched, and when there are 32 free throws in one quarter, that's just not good for the sport.
No. You and I fell asleep. We literally fell asleep.
We did. We fell asleep. Obviously,
tough.
we were sitting in separate parts of the couch. Just to clarify.
I mean, I don't think anybody was thinking about that, but now that you mention it, yes, separate parts of the couch.
Let me jump to the next thing. Is this LeBron's last season?
No. Well, it depends.
Not this last one. This upcoming.
No, I know.
Yeah, right,
if he stays with the Lakers, yes. If he stays with the Lakers, I think if he stays with the Lakers, I think he is confirming that he knows he'll never win another title because the Lakers don't have any cap room to bring anybody over, and they're not winning.
They kind of need to get a
title because they're just not. Luka doesn't stay healthy. LeBron's old. He's still really good. So, but if he were to go to Cleveland, that just feels like a 2-year thing to me for some reason.
You think he would give it 2 more and then
yes.
if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen?
Especially if they don't win the title his first year. I could see him playing 2 more years. I think it depends.
Yeah. I could see it. The other question this kind of sparks is, do you think it would be good for the sport if LeBron retires? To get rid of that LeBron era, or do you think it would kill their views?
No, I honestly don't think it'll matter either way. I really don't. So? I think him being in the league right now is nostalgic for a lot of people, but because his teams are not super competitive, I don't think that the viewership will dip that much. Like the viewership is going to be what it's going to be. Yeah. I think I should go back. I think he can only positively impact the league at this point because if he makes the playoffs and makes a run, then all eyes are going to be on it. They're going to be thinking, man, is LeBron going to make that one final push? But if he doesn't, I don't think anybody's really going to change.
If he does next year, and I think this is pretty far fetched, but if he does either switch teams or, well, I think Jacob's right. He'd have to switch teams, win a championship. But if he does, and they do this huge finals run, and they win it off of him averaging even if he's just averaging like the 25, 7 and 7 that he does that really help him at all in his legacy? Or do you think he's always going to be? I don't think it's going to matter at this point.
I think the people that think Jordan's the best are always going to think Jordan's the best. Right. I think all the people that think LeBron's best, there's nothing more he can do. I think winning another championship at this point, it gets him 5.
But he'd be moving teams.
But the thing with Jordan, I think that everyone just hangs their hats on is he went to 6. He won 6.
Right. He three-peated twice.
And he had that killer instinct. And I just think LeBron went to a bajillion of these things.
Right.
So that's good. But he didn't have perfection the way Jordan did.
Right.
I think also
in the finals.
Yes.
Right.
People are very dogmatic about it because like for instance, for us, LeBron was the dominant player when we got into basketball. Like LeBron was the guy.
Came in 2002.
Right. So, it's easy for us to be really high on LeBron because he's essentially all we've known in basketball.
Right.
And so for a lot of people who are older than us who were around in the 90s, like Jordan was the dude. Right. And so it's tough to get that out of their minds.
No, yeah.
And there are good arguments both ways. I just think that if he wins another championship, it doesn't diminish the arguments that people have for Jordan. It only bolsters the arguments they have for LeBron. So the thing about LeBron is they're talking about longevity and he's done it for this long and he's got all of these stats and it only adds to that.
Right.
But it doesn't it's not going to take away from what Jordan did. So I don't think it's going to change anybody's mind. Like you said, if people they think
if anything, they're just going to be like, oh, he left in ring chasing.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Right. So I think he's got 2 years, but I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to leave Bronny though.
Huh?
I don't think he's going to leave Bronny. Like, I think part of the reason he's been in LA so long and part of the reason that he hasn't switched teams is because his family's there and he doesn't care as much.
If he leaves, I wouldn't see the Lakers having any issue of cutting Bronny.
Right.
That's a good point.
It's not like he's a
right. So
he's an essential.
So does LeBron leave and make a certain amount of money somewhere else and win, or does he secure his son's spot in the league for another year or two? I
don't know. I don't. There's part of me is like, there's no way LeBron's in the league for the money. You got to think he's got to be ring chasing.
Well,
but he's not going to play for $2 million a year though.
But the thing is, it depends. Like if he really wanted a ring, he could. He won't, and I don't blame him. But I'm just saying, like,
right. Yeah,
take that pay cut if you want to ring that bad.
Yeah, he could go to OKC and play for the minimum.
Honestly, I wonder if he could go to the Spurs or something, because the Spurs are young enough that probably a lot of those guys are still on rookie contracts, so they might actually have enough room to get a star like that. I don't know. I haven't looked into the numbers.
I don't think he can go to a team that made it to the finals.
Yeah.
I think that's why Cleveland,
he's not Kevin Durant.
They made it to the conference finals. So LeBron goes there and also they make the finals, then he can lean on, well, they made the finals because I came back.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I think that would be the play.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Next thing to talk about, let's switch over to football.
Oh boy.
And I want to dive in first. I actually have the notes up here for you guys actually to make this easier. We got the A.J. Brown trade. And not to jump the gun when we get in deeper and we talk about our favorite teams, but just to say it, I am an Eagles fan. Jacob is an Eagles fan. Uriah is a Tom Brady fan / Players fan. But again, we'll get into that later. But I do want to get into the A.J. Brown trade because, one, I think Jacob will have some stuff to say about it. And also, this wasn't, I mean, we have to agree this isn't the biggest trade that's happened now.
No.
Right, we'll get into the Myles Garrett one next. Yeah. But I do think this is an interesting trade because of who the Eagles drafted, and I'm just going to hand it to Jacob. I put up on here who received what, and they gave a little bit of a
I know it all.
What?
I know it all.
Well, no, right. Jacob's 100%.
Jump on it. Good. I say good riddance first of all.
Wow,
good riddance.
You gonna miss him?
I wouldn't have said that if the way that he's handled the everything after, like him talking about he was in practice and he just started daydreaming because he's here, and then he called his mom. Was like, "Mom, I made it." Like,
I didn't even hear about that.
You get traded to Philadelphia. You have 2 back-to-back 1,400-yard receiving years, which is career highs for him. Right. They get Saquon, and then it drops to 1,000. Big whoop. You go to 2 Super Bowls.
Are you valuing Saquon over A.J. Brown? Right?
Yeah.
You would value Saquon.
Yeah.
Do you, Ryan? As a non-Philly fan?
Yeah.
Just to clarify. Okay.
But you average 1,200 yards a season, whatever it is. You have, I think it was 3 second-team All-Pros. You win the division 3 out of 4 years. You go to 2 Super Bowls. You win 1. You catch a touchdown in both of those Super Bowls.
You were ready for this one.
And then these are my thoughts since he got traded, even before he got traded. So for you to go on a podcast with I forgot who it was, the girl from NBC, and there's a Patriot mat underneath his couch. He's like, I've had this mat forever. The Patriots have always been my team.
Right.
For him to act like that after having a 4-year prestigious career, he got paid. You get all pros. You win every year, 11 or more wins every year. You go to 2 Super Bowls, you get a touchdown in both, and you win 1. And for you to act like you just left poverty is stupid. So, and the fact that Howie Roseman traded for A.J. Brown, a first and a third, use him for 4 years, win a Super Bowl, and to get back a first and a fifth, I think is insane value. And a few people were kind of losing it because it's a 2028 first round pick. I don't think we're even going to hold that pick very long. I think there's a chance he's going to trade that this offseason.
Oh, really?
For an edge rusher to come in. So I say good riddance to A.J. Brown. I think Devontae Smith is going to have a massive increase.
Are you confident in Devontae Smith being a wide receiver 1?
Yeah, he's a Heisman winner. I mean,
right. I just wondered.
He caught the dagger catch in the Super Bowl. Like, he is phenomenal. Right. So I think he's going to be good. I think Lemon's going to be good. I think the tight end they got, Eli Stowers, is going to be fantastic. Quinyon Mitchell said today he was bragging on Wicks. I'm drawing a blank on his first name. But I think they've got a ton of talent. Saquon's still there. So, good riddance. What do you think, Uriah?
What do you think, Uriah? As a non-Eagles fan?
Get him.
I mean, I can't really disagree with anything that he said. Not because he broke it down with all of the stats and everything that you really can't refute, but at the same time, I think it was obvious that towards the end of his tenure at Philadelphia, things were going weird and downhill, right? For reasons unknown. It reminds me a little bit of like a milder case of Antonio Brown, like somebody who's wildly talented, but just lost their head
Yeah.
And I know Antonio Brown went completely crazy, and I'm not saying that AJ Brown is the exact same, but it gives me kind of the same impression. Like until AJ Brown rips off his jersey in a game, I'm not going to call him Antonio Brown.
Right.
But anyway, but as far as that goes, I have the utmost respect and confidence. And I'm not even an Eagles fan, but I would have the utmost confidence in Howie Roseman, because that dude for the past, I don't know how long, has just been hit after hit after hit after hit. I mean, the dude is really good as a GM. And I think that he does get his flowers a little bit, but I think he's actually underrated. Like, people don't recognize how good that he is.
Yeah. How impressive it is what he's done.
Right. And like that team, as talented as it is and as consistent as they are, is definitely a testament to the players. Like, Saquon Barkley is amazing, and Hurts is really good, and Devontae Smith, like he said, is going to be phenomenal, and that defense has been good for 5 or 6 years, But the common denominator between all of that is the fact that Howie Roseman built this team.
Right.
Like, how do you go from a Georgia program that was dynastic before everybody could pay their players, was dynastic, and he's just picking apart some of the best college football teams to come through, at least in the last 20 years. He's just picking players off of them. And it's like, so how do you get Jordan Davis and
Georgia defense is what he's going for?
Well, no, but you get Georgia. Yeah, you get the Georgia defense with Davis and Nakobe Dean and what's the dude that spat on somebody last year?
Oh, Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And
then think about
it's like all these guys are not just, this is a hidden gem on their team. Like, these are dudes that everybody knew were great.
Right.
And somehow Howie Roseman was able to wheel and deal and get these dudes. Right. Like, he is so good. And getting back to AJ Brown, I think that AJ Brown going to the Patriots is good for him from a PR perspective, because now he's not the biggest degenerate on his own team, with Mike Vrabel being the coach of the Patriots. So now he can just kind of be under the radar, help another young quarterback maybe take another step. Like I said earlier, I think the Patriots were a year ahead of where they should have been anyways. I think they probably should have lost to the Broncos last year, but because of Bo Nix being hurt and some other things, they kind of squeaked into the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I think getting him a number one receiver, and they did give up quite a bit to Philly. I think that was kind of like a win now or a move for the Patriots.
Right.
And
they're going for a Super Bowl.
Right. And Philadelphia is a contender regardless. I think Philadelphia just got better because they got a more secure future, and they got somebody off of their team that didn't want to be there anyways.
Right.
And I think as talented as anybody could be, you could take the most talented person. If they don't want to be there, they're going to be a detriment at some point.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it was kind of a win-win for both.
Yep. No, I agree.
So
I completely agree. When you look at this trade and you break it down, I really don't think either team lost necessarily. No. I mean, and obviously you kind of have to wait and see how AJ Brown is with the Patriots, but like you were saying, AJ Brown might be a little weird in the head, but he's not like Antonio Brown level.
No,
like he'll probably go to the Patriots, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a 1,400 receiving yard year.
Right.
For the first year, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. See how he gets into the system.
I think it just depends. Who's New England's running? Is it Henderson? Who's New England's running back?
Yeah, him and Ramondre Stevenson.
If they start getting a lot of carries, and Mike Vrabel wants to do more clock management, a lot of run, and all of a sudden AJ Brown's not getting as many targets, does he start pouting again? I don't know.
He might.
And he's played for Mike Vrabel before, and he got traded.
Right.
Like, even with Mike Vrabel, he can still be a problem.
Yeah.
But but the Patriots also had no choice because they didn't have a number one. They didn't draft a receiver.
No.
And they cut Diggs, so they didn't want him.
Right.
So Booty was their only option. And I think he wants to get traded now that they got A.J. Brown. So that might have been a farce article that I saw. But yeah. But we'll see. I think Mike Vrabel's got a lot of problems right now.
Yeah.
And A.J. Brown's not one of them yet. So,
right. But he could be an upcoming.
He could be. But I think this year he's gonna be a good soldier, and Patriots are probably gonna be really good again.
Right.
But you never know.
Right.
The Patriots schedule was also very favorable last year. I mean, outside of Buffalo, they really didn't have a lot of tough divisional games. I mean, The Jets and the Dolphins are just perennial dumpster fires, and I think they're out of their out of division schedule was favorable last year too. I think they played a lot of 500 and below teams, and so I wouldn't.
Which can help.
I think that there's a good chance that the Patriots are noticeably better this year with a worse record.
Yeah, that's possible.
I can see that. I see what you're saying there. That could be possible. All right, let's hop over to the next trade. Obviously, and this one I was talking about with somebody at work today. Obviously,
This is wild.
for the people listening, is the Myles Garrett trade, which is probably the biggest trade so far. Interesting thing is to bring up, if you don't know this trade, you probably do if you watch any NFL. Myles Garrett just broke the sack record and won Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Dude is
last
disgusting.
year. The guy is arguably one of the greatest pass rushers we've probably ever seen.
Right.
And he's still in his prime.
Yeah.
Right. He's what, 26?
That's it?
It might be
Is he
I thought
older?
he was older than
He
that.
might be older.
28 or 29.
Is he really?
Still, though, he's got a few good years ahead of himself.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's still got a few more.
Well,
yeah.
he's in sickishly good shape.
Yeah. But so to break down
He's
the trade,
30.
He's 30, actually.
is he 30?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. I actually didn't know that.
I did.
For some reason, I thought he was younger.
Yeah,
but
he was.
okay.
He's actually been in the league quite a while, I guess.
Yep.
Almost 10 years now.
But he's always been good. I guess he just
Yes.
got a lot better. But
Yeah.
I think when you hit that 30, you can hit some of your peak physical activity. So I thought kind of with LeBron in the NBA, and you hit your grown man strength
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
plus all of your training, plus you get that IQ
right.
from playing the game for years. You know what I mean?
It's the perfect storm, like you
Yes.
said, of
It's
of
everything coming
having
together.
experience, but then still having the physical ability to act on it.
100%.
You know?
Yeah. And then to break it down, so the Browns received Jared Verse, which not hating on Jared Verse, he had a good year.
But come
Young
on,
guy.
it's Myles Garrett.
100% it's Myles Garrett. Also got a 2027 first round pick, 2028 second round pick, and then the conditional 2029 third round pick. Also, are these, if I'm not mistaken, aren't these also based on how well the Rams do?
No,
Or is that
conditional
just the 2029 one?
I think that's the conditional 2029
Probably
one.
conditional. There's
Okay.
also a conditional. I don't know the specifics, but I think that conditional third round pick, I think turns into a first round pick if the Rams trade him in division AFC North. So if they trade him back to the Bengals or
That's
the
random.
Steel,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
the Browns don't want him back in their division.
I mean, I understand.
Is why
that.
they're
Which-
saying that.
which
So
makes
saying
sense.
if you do it, then that third round becomes a first.
Which
I
makes
think that's what
complete
Yeah,
sense.
no,
Yes.
I get it. I don't think they're ever going to.
No, they're not. They're not. But I think
Right,
that's just a easy safeguard of, hey, please
Yeah.
just don't do this.
Right.
But
right.
but
Please don't do this.
it's a huge haul because if the Rams were to just trade Jared Verse on his own, you probably would have got 2 firsts for that.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. So Jared's worth 2 firsts. So essentially, if you look at it that way, they got 3 first rounds, a second, conditional third, and then Jared Verse is still on his rookie deal.
Right.
So you're paying nothing for him. So
Right.
that helps with the dead cap hit that they have.
Yeah. Let's be honest. This deal was about how much the Rams were going to lose, not how much the Browns were going to gain. Because Jared Verse, he might be good, but apparently you can be Myles Garrett in Cleveland and still not go anywhere.
Yeah.
So that
Right.
doesn't mean a whole lot. And we know the Browns are going to blow every one of those picks. So
Well,
I mean,
the last couple of years they've hit on draft picks.
yeah, but
No, I get it. It's still the Browns, so it's still likely going to mean nothing.
The funny thing is, some of the Browns' biggest, I was talking about this today, some of the Browns' biggest draft picks are defense. Most of them, I think, are all defense.
yeah.
Defensive picks. They cannot build an offense.
Who's the corner from Ohio State? Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I think he's on the trade block.
Yeah.
He's also been hurt a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
concussions. But the Rams are obviously doing this to try to just win a Super Bowl this year.
Right. Aaron Donald coming back.
Because they're bringing on that much money, and Stafford's old. The
Oh,
other
yeah.
problem
And they
is,
just signed Stafford to like $50 million or something,
yeah,
something like that.
I don't know if he's. I really don't think he's actually going to play out that contract. Maybe he will, but he's getting old, and
He's 39,
this
right?
Yeah, but
everyone kind of pre-crowned the Rams the Super Bowl winners next year, but
Yeah.
Packers did the same thing essentially last year. and got Micah Parsons.
That's true.
He gets hurt, and they're done.
Right.
So I just think putting this much stock
in one
player, it could backfire. Now, can they win a Super Bowl even without Myles Garrett? Probably.
Yeah, I mean they were good this year.
They were good. They were a few plays away from beating the Seahawks. So yeah, I think this is just, and now there's rumors that Aaron Donald might come back.
I heard that. I don't know if it's true.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
If Aaron Donald comes back, we're talking about like 2015 Browns kind of defense, or Broncos kind of defense.
Right.
Like that would be just absolutely disgusting.
Because Aaron Donald he's 35.
Yeah,
and he's been like his Instagram's covered with him working out still every single day.
Right.
So, and there's defensive tackles in the league right now that are in 37, 38.
Yeah.
So it is plausible that he is maybe not quite defensive player of the year, all pro Aaron Donald, but he could be Pro Bowl Aaron Donald.
Oh yeah.
And especially if you put him next to Myles Garrett.
Oh dude.
Well,
you'd have to just run the other way and hope
you would
for the best.
It would be I can't remember who it was playing against, but I just remember him telling the quarterback to run. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
They hiked it. Myles Garrett got around, and I was Jordan. It was against the Packers. You just hear Jordan run.
Yeah.
And because it's just like, and the funny thing is, I feel like I saw in the comments like people were making fun of the offensive lineman, and part of me went, honestly, I think that was smart. Yeah. Like you were like, all right, I got Myles Garrett in front of me. There's a small chance one-on-one I'm not blocking.
But what's kind of scary is football is very complimentary. The Browns' offense is horrible.
No.
So they were never ahead. So, most sacks occur on, third and longs when Myles Garrett didn't have a ton of opportunities to get sacks.
Yeah, he was
because the other teams are running it all the time because they're ahead. Now you're on a good offensive team where the other team's probably going to be trying to get ahead.
Right.
So there's going to be more passing downs, which means Myles Garrett is probably going to have twice as many opportunities to get a sack.
True.
Right. And he already had 20-some last year.
So he could have – it could be weird. I think
could be bad this year.
He's the favorite to win the Defensive Player of the Year, and he just won it. So
I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah. So
it reminds me a lot of like peak JJ Watt, where it's just
dude.
It's just there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. And I always like watching the mic'd up videos of JJ Watt.
Oh yeah,
talking about how you need to get a new tackle and he was a nut, but but those kind of guys are such game wreckers. And I think we mentioned earlier about the impact that a basketball player has on a game. And I'm not saying that a defensive player is quite that way, but it can get kind of close. Like the amount of pressure that you can put on a quarterback and how much you can disrupt an offense and you can give your team extra chances through possessions and turnovers. Like it's amazing the impact that they can have. I think that if the Rams stay healthy, the Super Bowl last year was the NFC Championship. It just was.
Right.
I think if the Rams stay healthy, then it could be very, very tough for the rest of the NFC and the league to beat them.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah. So a little around the world segment. So this one, because it's our first one, I want to actually more just have us say not really much as who we are, because it doesn't really matter who we are. We're going to talk sports either way. Mm-hmm. But let's just talk about our favorite teams and kind of go into that. I'll go ahead and go first. So this is Dan. So the NBA team is the Cavs. NFL is the Eagles, and then college football and college basketball is Ohio State. More towards the college football because their college basketball is absolutely terrible. But this is our year for basketball. So
it always is.
Yeah, same as the Florida for football right there. I'm joking. We'll get into it later. Yeah. I'm joking. But anyway, so yeah, I think I'll say obviously my most watched is college football. I would watch college basketball more if Ohio State was good, but it's not as fun watching a team that's not good. It really is. It's just not as fun. Right. NFL, the only reason I don't watch it is because I just don't want to pay for YouTube TV.
Right.
But if we start doing this more,
I'm
probably gonna be a lot more intrigued to have to watch more games. But either way,
we're gonna have to do more like Sunday afternoon watching.
Exactly. We gotta do some more game, and hopefully, if
tape.
We start getting like 2 to 3 subscribers, we'll start doing a live one,
right?
Or not a live one with a game or something like that, right? Or either way, but
we can monetize our 2 nickels that we
exactly, and we'll buy new stuff. Yeah. But, all right, Yuri, hit us next.
Okay, so NBA, I would probably default to the Pistons because they're kind of the local team. I find myself rooting for them when it comes to the East in the NBA. For the NFL, I still have residual feelings for the Patriots. I am, like Dan said earlier, I am kind of a players guy because my wholehearted allegiance is to college sports and to Michigan, right? And so I've been fortunate to follow Brady. Oh, bandwagon. Mm-hmm. You can call me that all you want, but I was a Brady fan since I knew what Michigan was and that he went to Michigan. And that's kind of why like I follow Hutchinson on the Lions and stuff like that. So anyway, but I guess I've got residual feelings for the Patriots. For college, yeah, it's Michigan 100%. Like a few years ago, they won the football national championship, and then they obviously just won basketball national championship. So it's been a great time to be a Michigan fan these last 3 or 4 years. I think I had the most fun and the most anxiety watching a basketball season last season because they were good, and,
right.
and it's like you want them to win so bad because you know they can.
Yeah.
So I'm Michigan all the way in college, and then I'm kind of like the local team / Michigan players in pros.
Yeah. NHL, I don't think any of us really watches it.
No, but I go Blue Jackets love the Red Wings to be good. I would love somebody around here to be good because I would love to go to a playoff game and see that atmosphere. But
because I lean towards the Blue Jackets.
Yeah,
but again, they're terrible. So, but I don't watch NHL as much. I actually think I would as well, but I don't know. Usually, it's kind of hard sometimes to find where to watch it. Like sometimes you'll get games obviously locally. Yeah. Sometimes NHL games are harder to watch. But Jacob, go ahead.
NBA team is the Pistons. I think one of the first seasons I actually started watching NBA was when the Pistons won. So the first playoffs that I watched was the Chauncey, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace.
So awesome.
Those were really fun to watch. So that's when I kind of started watching it. So I kind of started liking the Pistons then, and then when we moved to Michigan, I just decided to be a Pistons fan because they're 45, 50 minutes away.
Right.
NFL, Eagles, that started. I liked watching Donovan McNabb, so I just became a fan, and it's been a fun ride. And then college football and basketball is the Florida Gators. That started long time ago when a guy named Matt Walsh played for Florida. They were ranked number 1. He had a fro. He was a white dude, and he was just nailing threes, and he was super fun to watch.
I didn't think I realized you were talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
David Lee was on the team.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's when I became a Florida fan. So they were fun to watch.
And then
this is even before the Joking Noah.
Yes, it was before that.
Corey Brewer.
So they were good, and I figured if I'm going to like the basketball team, I'm going to like the football team.
Right.
So at the time, the football team's head coach was Ron Zook, and they were horrendous. And then I just looked up. He got fired. They got Urban Meyer. And then the football team won 2 national titles. And then since then, the basketball team's won 3 national titles.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that's
Have they really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they won the 2 back-to-back.
06, 07, and then 2024. 2025.
They won 2 in a... Wait. I remember them winning it 2 years ago.
They won 06 and 07 and then 25.
They beat Ohio State 1 year in the championship in 06.
Oh, they won 3 in total.
Yeah.
Talking about football and basketball.
No, football and basketball, they have 6 total.
Yeah.
In the last...
The football national titles was 96 with Steve Spurrier, Danny Warfel, and then they won in 06 with Chris Leak and Tim Tebow as a kind of a gadget guy, and then 08 with Tebow as the full-time starter.
Okay.
So yeah, they're one of few colleges with 3+ football and basketball national titles.
That's wild.
But you said they won 3 in basketball?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 06 they won it back-to-back
06, 08
and 08. 06 and 08. Right. Yeah. And then they won it a couple years ago.
Basketball was 06, 07 and then 25.
Right. Because they beat Ohio State.
Yes.
Twice, both in the championship in both that year.
Yep.
Yeah,
in basketball and in football.
Yeah.
I was talking earlier about how nice it's been to be a Michigan fan the last 3 or 4 years. I can't imagine winning 4 national championships in 4 years.
Yeah.
with Florida, that's wild.
Yep. No, I was in high school, so that was awesome.
And then the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Eagles. They've been great too. And the NHL, I don't care about hockey. I just don't.
Right.
I
don't
like the
either.
Walleye. I guess I'll go to a couple of Walleye games every year.
For any of you that don't know who the Walleye are, it's our local team.
The Toledo Walleye.
I've heard those games are exciting though.
They are.
They're kind of cool. I went to some Kelly Cup games, which are their playoffs, And it was a nice atmosphere, but the Huntington Center seats like 8,000. And so,
right.
You can only get so much out of an environment like that.
Yeah.
But it is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So, as we circle back around to this, we'll start that whole around the world. We'll start hitting news in each one of those.
Right.
But this time it was just nobody knows who we are and who we cheer for, because obviously we're going to lean probably more towards the teams that we cheer for.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as news wise, to a degree, and then we'll kind of argue about why this is not Florida's year.
See,
I didn't say it's their year. I just said he's bringing them back.
He's bringing them back.
Well, and I think, I don't know if you mentioned this on air or not, but this is starting at kind of like a dead period in sports.
Right.
So as we get closer to football and basketball season and the stories and everything start heating up, I'm sure we'll have lots of good discussions about all that.
Well, and then we can start doing predictions.
Right.
And stuff like that. But either way, we'll talk about that off screen. So I got some games for us.
All right.
If we're ready. So this first game I got is a keep 3, cut 5. All right.
Okay. Is it
so
blind?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It's keep 3, cut 5. And to make this kind of harder, it's not like you all are going against each other. You have to agree on it.
Okay.
So, argue to each other about who to take. And then if neither one of you budge, I can throw my opinion in there. But obviously it's not going to be much fun because I know who's on the list.
Oh,
so
right.
I kind of know, okay, I know this team. I would rather get rid of this team.
Right.
And obviously it's all opinionated anyway, right? But this is a keep 3, cut 5. And, I forgot I have it on my phone. All right.
What's the sport or what's
there we go. I have the topic. I just had to flip it.
Okay.
All right. So we have I'm sorry. We're doing King of the Hill first. King of the Hill first. We're going to start with NBA. And I have an NBA, and then the keep 3, cut 5 will be NFL related. Okay. But the NBA one is a King of the Hill, so I'm going to name off 2 players to start. You're going to pick between the 2.
Right.
And then I'm going to name somebody else, and it's King of the Hill, right? Until you get all the way to the end.
Right.
So we're going to start out. This is King of the Hill, and this is MVP edition since the year 2000.
So this is like peak version of these people.
Yeah, this is MVP. Their MVP year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like all of these won an MVP.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and you're going to pick between the 2. So to start it out, we got 2011 D Rose and we got 06 Steve Nash. What are you taking?
Oh, D Rose. 100%. Steve Nash is like Peyton Manning on the Broncos. He was a game manager, dude. Don't even.
No, I hear you, but I think D Rose tore his ACL with us talking about him right now.
Yeah.
So availability is the best ability.
But we're talking about the MVP.
We're talking about their MVP season.
Yes. Yeah. D Rose is in his peak.
If you're going career, that's different.
And health, yes, he is better than Steve Nash.
Plus, Shaq or Kobe should have won those MVPs anyway, so nobody cares.
Yeah.
So you're keeping 2011 D Rose.
Yes.
Yep. 2011 D Rose or 2022 Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic.
Taking Jokic.
He just dominated.
Not too hard.
No.
2022 Jokic or 2012 LeBron.
2012 LeBron.
He was a monster.
This is Heat
I think that was the year where he had like 45, 11, and like 9 in a playoff game and went like 16 for 20 from the field.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
That was peak LeBron.
Yeah.
So you're taking LeBron?
Yes.
Yep. All right, 2012 LeBron or 2000 Shaq.
I would say LeBron.
So, yes, but I think we're also taking into account LeBron as a body of work. We're talking about peak Shaq and how dominant he was at his absolute peak in 2000.
Yep.
I think he averaged like 35 and 20 in those playoffs.
Yeah,
like it was something ridiculous.
LeBron probably averaged 35 and 7 and 10. I mean,
I'm not.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think you lose either way. So if he goes LeBron, I'm not arguing.
All right, you're driving the ship, Jacob.
Yeah, I'd say LeBron.
You're going LeBron. So we got 2012 LeBron or 2004 KG.
LeBron.
Here's a hard one. 2012 LeBron or 2025 SGA.
LeBron. LeBron in his sleep. LeBron at 50.
Yeah.
2012 LeBron or 2024 Jokic.
LeBron.
I think that one's actually LeBron because I don't even think Jokic should have got it that year.
Yeah.
No, not disrespecting him. Just I don't think he should have got it that year. All right. So 2012 LeBron or 2003 Timmy Duncan.
LeBron.
All right. 2012 LeBron or 2013 LeBron. It doesn't matter. You can LeBron.
Yeah.
So I think 2013 was his best statistical year, but I don't think it matters. And the last one is 20 whatever LeBron. 2012 LeBron. 2016 Steph Curry.
The only weird thing is I think that was his unanimous MVP.
It was. That was the Steph Curry unanimous MVP. First First and only unanimous
Yeah.
MVP year.
Which
Also, and I'm a huge LeBron fan. Also, this is when Steph was being taken out of the game in the fourth quarter, playing 3 quarters.
and he made in 3 quarters a game more threes than people make today in a shooting league.
I'd probably give it to Steph. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I could go for it because at that point in time, he was literally unguardable.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing you could do. Matthew Dellavedova about died.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. About died trying to guard the man.
Yeah. So I guess unanimous MVP Steph would win.
I feel like you're not going to go wrong picking either one, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But either way, I think it shows. I think those were. Is there anyone you guys think we're missing from that list?
2008 Kobe.
2008 Kobe, right?
Right.
I mean, like, and you never know who would took over him, but is there anyone that's like part of me is like that 2019 like Giannis when he was just was pretty insane.
2013 or 14 KD when he was scoring like 35 points a game.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
So, funny enough, if you go statistics, you can go 15 Russell Westbrook, averaging like 40.
Oh, I forgot he got an MVP.
Yeah. He was averaging like 40, 12, and 12.
He had like 3 or 4 straight seasons of triple-double when nobody had done it since Oscar Robertson.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. The team just didn't go anywhere. Right. He just was destroying stats. Yeah.
And I think the one year where James Harden scored like 1 billion points, that was his game was not nearly as well rounded as LeBron's was.
And he also just falls apart in the playoffs too.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
Yeah.
Did you not watch them this year?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That them versus the Knicks was, oh my goodness, it was disgusting. But whatever, doesn't matter now. All right. Let's hop into that keep 3, cut 5, or switch into NFL. I think this is an interesting one. So we got keep 3, cut 5. Jacob, have you seen these before?
Yep.
Okay. Keep 3, cut 5, all-time defenses. Okay. So this is that defense as a whole in the last 20 years. I'm sorry, since 2013.
Since 2013?
Since like 2013 and beyond, yeah, basically. All right. So it's kind of narrowing it down.
8 defenses out of 13 years.
Yes.
Okay.
So here we go.
I'm just trying to get straight.
Well, first on your list is the 2015 Carolina Panthers.
For defense?
Defense.
Yeah.
I feel like we cut.
Yeah, I cut for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Can you guys name a player on that team?
On the team as a whole or on the defense?
Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, that's the only one I can
That's the only one I can think of.
Maybe Thomas Davis.
Maybe. When I was doing this list, this is one of the teams. There's a few on here.
Was Josh Norman on that team?
Possibly.
Oh, yeah. I think.
There's a team from 2009. My bad. All right. So you're cutting the Panthers.
For sure.
All right. 2024 Philly Eagles.
Keep that one.
I just love how there was no hesitation from Jacob.
I mean, it was a wrecking ball.
Yeah, they were pretty disgusting, and I'm not.
I mean, we literally broke Brock Purdy's arm.
Yeah, I'm not.
Playoffs.
I don't know if we're gonna get 3 defenses that are better than that in the last 15 or 20 years. So I'll keep it.
Yeah,
the team was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so this might be more of a Jacob, unless you know. So this is the 2009 team, the 2009 Jets. This is when they had corner,
Revis Island.
Revis Island, yep.
Yeah. So I'm saying cut.
Yeah.
Because Revis was historically great.
100%.
Amazing.
As one person.
There was a graphic of the Hall of Fame receivers that he played that year and how little he gave them. It was
I remember seeing that.
Unreal.
It was almost Madden stats.
But
like, what is that?
If we're taking the defense as a whole, I think we got to cut.
Right.
Yeah, cut it.
Right. So you're cutting the 2009 Jets. Next team up is the 2023 Ravens.
Ravens,
yep.
2023 Ravens. I'm having a hard. Okay, wait. So that was like Patrick Queen. I feel like we could cut it.
I feel like, I say cut it. I just feel like the Ravens
just cut it.
Have
not been that great.
Right. Sometimes you can go off of that Super Bowl, right? I mean,
yeah.
All right. Speaking of Super Bowl, 2015 Broncos.
Yeah, keep that one for
is
sure.
Are you one of the greatest defenses
They
of all time?
essentially won that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
100%.
Von Miller was the MVP.
Yeah, keep.
And didn't they score more than their offense in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
they probably did.
I think.
I mean, Von Miller, Aqib Talib, Chris Harris, just ridiculous.
And I think Peyton Manning had he might have broke 200 yards passing. I don't even know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
It's certainly keep them.
Yeah. So you only got one spot left, right? And we got 3 teams. You kept the 2015 Broncos. We got the 2017 Jaguars. I don't remember this team.
So that was Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell.
Oh, I remember that.
Those guys, maybe Miles Jack. I don't know if he was on the team at the time.
They made it to the conference.
They did,
finals.
and they lost to the Patriots.
Yep.
That was a good defense, but I don't think it's on the same level as 2015 Broncos or the Eagles from a couple years ago.
I say cut them.
Yeah.
Cut them.
I think there's 2 other better ones.
Right. So now we hop to you got 2 left. You got the 2020 Rams. Aaron dominating Rams.
Was that the Super Bowl where it was like 9-12?
Was it?
No.
When they played the Patriots and lost? Or
It may have been. I think the Patriots won it, like 13-3 or something like that. I don't know. But
yeah, 2020 Rams.
I think whatever team's left is better.
Okay. I'll go with it.
Yeah.
You guys just gonna hold out for that last one?
We're holding out for the last one.
Hold out for that last one. All right. So in this keep 3 cut 5, you cut the 2015 Panthers, you kept the 2024 Eagles, you cut the 09 Jets, cut the 23 Ravens, you kept the 2015 Broncos, cut the 2017 Jaguars, cut the 2020 Rams, and you kept the 2013 Legion of Boom Seahawks.
Let's go! We cooked. We cooked.
That's beautiful.
I don't think
we didn't miss.
I don't think we could have picked it better if we had all the teams listed and looking at them.
No, I agree.
No, that was
perfect. Was awesome.
I think you guys absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Honestly. 100%. That was a good one. Yeah. That was a fun one. I have like 50 of these already saved for the future. Anyway, I love the games like that. Those are always fun to do.
Especially if you don't know.
And we're going to get into it where we're going to disagree. Yeah. And it'll be really fun then.
But most of those are pretty cut and dry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got this next one is buy or sell. So I'm going to hit you guys and they're going to pop up on here. And basically just tell me if you're buying into this statement or if you're like, heck no, I'm not buying into that.
Right.
First one. Knicks are sweeping the Spurs.
At this point, I might buy.
I feel like you can't be in between, right? You got to buy or sell.
Yeah. I'm buying. I think the refs made some questionable calls in the last game. I don't think Jalen Brunson has even played his best game yet. I think Wemby's a little shaken.
And 2 at home for the Knicks.
Yeah. So I think it's over.
And I think minimum it's a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
But I would buy into it as well.
Yep.
I just
get out the brooms.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't really hate the Knicks winning because it's just different too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like the Knicks, but
the Knicks remind me of Notre Dame. It's like everybody talks them up, but what have 100%. They really done?
Exactly. Yeah. I agree.
Done anything.
I agree. They're like, we had Patrick Ewing in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2026.
We had Newt Rockne back when World War II just got done.
All right, so you guys are buying into the Knicks sweeping the Spurs, right?
Yes.
All right, next one. Lions will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Sell.
Like there's no like the Lions at this point. I'd have them.
The Lions, the Notre Dame of college football
in the NFC.
No.
Because you got
getting talked about a lot, but not doing anything right now.
Well, just you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, you got the Eagles.
Who could all?
Yeah. So I don't.
Even the Niners when they're healthy.
Even the Niners. Yep. I wouldn't be shocked if if the Giants take a leap out of nowhere, but yeah, no, this is the biggest sell in history.
Yeah, I mean, put it on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Temu,
Amazon. Put it up cheap.
If Jared Goff gets any heat, he's not good. So if they meet the Rams in the playoffs and Myles Garrett is there, it's over. So sell 100%.
So easy, pretty easy one.
Yes.
Next one, gentlemen. Jacob knows what it is. Let's get into it. The Big Ten is now stronger than the SEC.
No, I sell.
You buy or sell it, Yuri?
Buy
or buy. Let's talk about it.
Well, because I don't think there's any. I think if you look at the Big Ten's national titles over the last 3 years, Ohio State won. They win one every 10 years. It's just what they do. Indiana won one. Kurt Cignetti figured out in this new age of portal transfers how to accurately build a championship team. I think that blueprint's out.
Right. Also, grown men are better than 18-year-olds.
Yes. But in that same breath, I think that's why Michigan won one, because they had one of the best coaches ever in Jim Harbaugh, and they also were able to lean on some of the expanded eligibility from COVID, so they had a ton of seniors and graduates. So they had a mature team, so they won. I don't think Ohio State, Michigan, or Indiana, I think they all won on separate accords. Ohio State won one because they're always good, NIL or not. Right. Indiana figured something out that I think now everyone knows, and Michigan had a ton of senior people. I just think there's so much... and I'm not even saying that the SEC is markedly better than Big Ten. I think they're pretty even now. But I don't think the Big Ten winning 3 years in a row now is representative of their league being better. I think it's representative of each of these 3 individual teams being better. And that's why I think that the Big Ten is not stronger than the SEC, assuming this statement is based on the fact that they won the last 3 titles. So that's,
I mean, I feel like it's kind of, yeah. I mean,
so
right.
I can appreciate everything that you said. No, and that sounds very patronizing. Like I'm about to
100% does. I know what you mean.
I didn't mean that, but like I understand 100% where you're coming from.
You are okay to be wrong. That's what I feel like you said.
So
I'm joking.
What he said about Michigan winning with a bunch of seniors is 100% true. And
right.
They had honestly, a good coach. They had a great coach.
Yeah. No, and I 100% thought that Penn State was going to be the same way last year before everything just went to heck.
That was insane.
Because they had a bunch of seniors and they had a bunch of older guys.
Right.
And Ohio State, even when they won, they had a bunch of seniors and they had a bunch of older guys. But it's funny because when everybody pays their players and you go from car lot money in the South to Fortune 500 CEO money in the Big Ten, it's amazing how the balance of power shifts. And to that end, I think that you're going to continue to see teams who have got superior NIL, which teams like Alabama and Florida and all them are always going to compete because their brands just carry. Right. And so I think that what Jacob is saying about the SEC being stronger top to bottom, I think the SEC is going to eventually and maybe very quickly form like the Big Ten. You're going to have 3 or 4 teams at the top who just spend an exorbitant amount of money. And it's going to be your top 3 or 4 versus everybody else's top 3 or 4.
Right.
And so,
like it is almost every year.
I will agree with him that the worst SEC team is probably better than Purdue and Northwestern and Rutgers and all of them.
Right.
I'll grant him that now. And I guess the question is it now stronger? I would say that if you asked this question in 2 years when NIL has really taken a hold of the SEC and things have continued to balance out, I think it'll be everybody's top 3 versus everybody's top 3. And so that's how I'm kind of measuring it. And so if it's my top 3 or 4 versus everybody else's top 3 or 4, then it's hard to argue because the Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships. Right. And if Kurt Signetti is building a team based upon his intellect and his ability to form a team, that stuff just doesn't go away overnight. Now, will it be tougher now that he's set the blueprints out?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But he'll still be able to coach a team. Michigan and Ohio State are going to be able to throw just ridiculous amounts of money at players. And so I think it's now up to the SEC to retake control of college football. I think the Big Ten has taken control. I'm not saying that they blow the SEC out, but I think the SEC has taken a big punch with this shift of power. And I think the Big Ten is now a little stronger, and it's the SEC's turn to step up and throw some punches back.
And the thing is, that's just right now. It's possible the SEC wins it next year. And then it's like,
yes,
it's you know,
the gap, if they're whichever way you spin it, whether you're on Jacob's side about the SEC being stronger or maybe my side about the Big Ten, I don't think either of us would disagree that the gap is not huge. It's not like one is way better than the other. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I do think the Big Ten is a little stronger than the SEC at the moment.
Yeah, because I mean, SEC still got Texas. They still got Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
You got Georgia. Vanderbilt's randomly good now, which again, there's a lot of money in Nashville.
Right.
Ole Miss, and then Lane Kiffin's in LSU. So I think
that's going to be interesting to see.
Phenomenal,
probably.
Is LSU just are they just corrupt as any institution in
in
college. I mean, between Will Wade and Lane Kiffin and their whole thing, Ed Orgeron with all that he did to get all those players in 2019. I mean, I think LSU is as corrupt as any institution in the United States.
How long do you guys think? Let me rephrase the question. Do you guys think LSU will win a championship in the next 3 years? 3 years.
I think so.
Think so?
He did really good things at Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is not a power team by any regard.
Would you give him 5 years, even more?
I'd give him 3. I think he'll win one of 3. Because if you look at the transfer portal rankings, LSU is number 1.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and they're top 5, I think, recruiting in general.
Yeah.
I guess here's a question for you guys. Do you think that, let's say 10 years from now, when Kyle Whittingham is retired and Ryan Day might be getting close to retirement and John Sumrall probably won't be retired, but who knows?
No.
But do you think by the end of their careers, who do you think will be remembered as the best coach? Do you think how many, because I know Whittingham hasn't won a championship yet, but like, what do you think Whittingham would have to do or Sumrall would have to do to get in the same league as Ryan Day?
Well, Ryan Day did, okay, so speaking as the Ohio State fan, Ryan Day did something that I think people underestimate, which is you actually took over a good program and kept it good.
Right.
I think people underestimate that because there has been so many times that coaches have left and teams have not even been terrible, but just really went down, and that necessarily didn't really happen with Ohio State.
Right.
They didn't take this huge dip.
Right.
Like they didn't. And I think Ryan Day also finally got his national championship last year. And I don't really care if people want to argue it was a dumb one because of the 12-team playoff. I actually think it was even harder because of the 12-team playoff because you had to win more games, and they also beat 4 of the top 5 teams to win it. Yeah. So I just feel like it's like, how can you really argue that? But either way,
I think Ryan Day will get the same treatment as Nick Sirianni, in that Nick Sirianni has been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and he still gets, well, because you're at the Eagles and they're a good run organization.
Right.
Ryan Day took over for a team.
Took over for Urban Meyer.
that won a championship in the last 10 years. Who Urban Meyer took over a team who won a championship in the last 10 years.
Right.
So I think Ryan Day may have to do a lot more than someone else because you see him as winning because of the program and not necessarily because of Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Right.
My only thought about that is in college, as the head coach, you are the GM and the head coach. Yeah. So in the NFL, it's parsed out where Howie Roseman is obviously ridiculously good. And then there's Nick Sirianni coaching the team. In college football, Ryan Day is the primary recruiter and he's the coach. And so the construction of those rosters can be largely attributed to his recruiting ability as well.
Yeah, I guess my point was, and even in the real world, like if you work for a company that's known for being a good company,
right,
it's easier to be a salesman than a startup company.
Right.
It's easier to sell a Mercedes
could Ryan
than
Day,
or a Toyota.
Yeah. Right. Could Ryan Day go to Ole Miss and win the way that he is? I don't think he can.
Right.
But he can in Ohio State. Not everyone can win in Ohio State.
Right.
But I think Ryan Day's winning because he's good, but I think he's also winning because of the program that he's at.
Right. And again, he took over for Urban Meyer, which is arguably one of the greatest college football coaches ever, too. And he worked underneath him for years. So
okay, so coming from my perspective, my expectation, well, I guess I'll ask Jacob first. So what is your expectation for John Sumrall? Like, what would be a successful tenure in the next 3 or 5 years?
Successful for Florida, and again, this is based on post Urban Meyer. Right. Win around 9 to 10 games, win a good bowl game every couple years, make the playoffs once every 4 years. I think that's a reasonable look at it based on performance. Now, a national title would be great,
obviously,
but I think with a guy that has been in Power 5 schools or lower level schools, rather, I don't know exactly what to expect yet.
Kind of to add on,
if we got Lane Kiffin or another guy that came from a big program, I would say national title in the next 10 years. But for a guy that's not made it at a bigger school yet, I'm tempering my personal expectations.
Do you think it makes it easier for him that people may not have as high expectations?
Florida is a hotbed of just criticism, so maybe not. I mean, he could get run out of town pretty quick. Yeah.
What do you? We'll move on after this, but what do you expect out of him just this year? What do you want to see Florida do?
I think they'll win 8 games.
Is their schedule as horrible as last year?
Their schedule is actually a lot better than last year.
Oh, okay. I know last year's schedule was
last year's schedule was horrendous. And every year, I mean, that's the thing. That's the other thing about the SEC is all these. There's so much mental and physical toil throughout the season that I think you go through all these hard games. By the time you get to the playoffs, you're not as fresh as Indiana, who played Indiana State. Not
for their last game,
yeah.
Right.
So I don't know.
Right.
That's why I just So we'll see.
So to recap, Uriah's buying in the Big Ten is strong at SEC. Jacob is not, which is
selling,
which makes sense considering we have SEC.
Well, you know what the Bible says: buy the truth and sell it not.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, next one. Hopping over randomly to basketball. A mid-major team will make the Final Four next year.
Sell.
I'm selling.
Mid-majors are dead.
I agree.
Purely because you can be a Michigan or a Florida or somebody and just pay $30 million for a roster.
100%.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is,
100%.
Every year I go to an event that's put on by the University of Toledo's basketball team, and every year they always talk about, well, we lost our top scorer from last year in the transfer portal. So these mid-major teams are almost just a
stepping stone
for the Big Ten. They just find the highest scorer on a Toledo date,
100%.
whatever it is, and take him. So the mid-majors, good players are gone before they can even make a splash.
Yeah. To add on to that, we went to the last year when you took us to that UT thing where Bobby Huggins spoke for 3 hours.
Yeah. That was fun,
and it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we went to that, they literally said that.
Yeah.
At their, what would you call that, fundraiser for the basketball team, right?
Yeah.
Literally said, like, the coach was like, I have to go out and find new players because basically a guy comes in, averages 17 and 5, and some other team comes in, they're like, hey, you're good. We'll give you, what, 300,000? I don't know. But it doesn't have to be that much at all.
No.
It could be what we make, and why not get paid?
Yeah.
Well, and here's something interesting that contributes to this. Like, look at last year. The best player on Michigan's basketball team last year was Yaxel Lundeberg, who played for UAB the year before, for a couple of years. So that's a mid-major team. That's definitely not like your powerhouse for basketball. So he jumps up to Michigan, makes, I don't know what, enough money to keep him out of the NBA draft that year because he was supposed to be a first-round pick, and they go win a national championship. That's happening everywhere. Bobby Hurley is doing that. Todd Golden is doing that. Patino's doing that. Shire is doing that. Dusty May's doing that. All of these powerhouse programs are doing that every year.
Because it's just a strategy now.
Yeah.
So hard sell.
Yeah. Hard sell on that one. All right. The NIL and transfer portal have helped college sports.
I think
depends if your team wins.
I don't.
I think there needs to be control.
Yeah. So I'm going to sell for now. On that because I think that it has been, I think traditional college sports with its stringent rules, as much as I disagreed with how much they took advantage of the players, I don't think this is the answer. So I think I'll sell.
I guess I'm selling, but I feel like I would almost buy the NIL, but sell the transfer portal. Because like NIL is keeping college athletes in college longer.
Okay, I agree with that.
So you're getting better basketball there.
Yeah.
But the transfer portal, you're having guys leaving every year.
Yeah.
If you don't play, you just leave.
Yeah. So I would much rather keep the NIL, but have the transfer portal be more governed, or have contracts in relation to the NIL to keep them from getting into the transfer portal.
So my opinion, take it or leave it, is that NIL should be purely independent, meaning that the institution has nothing to do with NIL. But if you live in Columbus or if you live in Gainesville and the local business owner wants to put you on his commercial and pay you $500,000, who am I to tell you no?
Right.
But me as Ohio State or the University of Florida are not going to pay you. I think that that's probably a better solution for NIL. And as far as the transfer portal goes, like he said, having contracts or something to at least lock you in for a little bit so that you're not just jumping to team every year would
something help. Like, you can't leave, but like if the coach gets fired, okay.
Right.
Like the guy that brought you in gets fired. Exactly.
There are clauses, but it's like if you flip a recruit and you got to recruit as a freshman, like that doesn't mean anything, because if that freshman does well and you don't retain him, or I'm sorry, if he does well, you have a hard time retaining him, whether you're a high major college or not, because they're just going to jump to another team that's going to pay him more, or they're going to jump to another team that's going to win now.
Right.
And so I don't know.
So what does it matter?
Yeah. Right. So I think I sell in its current state, and I'm with him that I would buy it in a more regulated state.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. All right. Prediction time. Do you guys? So it's hard to do a prediction time when the only thing we have going on is the end of the NBA Finals, and I think that we're all going to predict that the Knicks are going to win it, which is fine. Does anybody have any like bold predictions as far as like one of the examples I even have in here is like an SEC team won't make the Super Bowl. The SEC, I guarantee they won't make the Super Bowl. Yeah. An SEC team will not make the national championship this year, or like, the Rams might not even make the Super Bowl next year. Even with you guys have any bold predictions that you want to say? And if not, that is fine, right? This is kind of a random one. It's kind of hard because we're at the end of everything. But is there anything like I think Michigan will back to back win basketball? You know what I mean? Something like that.
I think, yeah, that's tough because
it's hard to say right now. We're in a weird point.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
I don't really either, and it's fine. We've went like an hour and a half, so we're
okay. I think my hottest take would be that my hottest take will be this. If Michigan State in basketball underperforms next year, so they either don't make the Elite Eight or the Final Four, people will either call for Tom Izzo to be fired, or he will retire on his own like Saban did because the sport has passed him by.
Yeah, I could see him stepping out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not so hot.
No. Well, right. Well, but that makes sense because Tom Izzo has been at Michigan State for 5 years. I don't know. Long time.
30.
And I think Michigan State has grown complacent by dominating Michigan. And now that Michigan's getting better and they're obviously winning a little more and they can't just stomp on Michigan all of the time, now they're starting to measure themselves against somebody else like that. And they're starting to, I think they'll be a little harsher critics of Tom Izzo.
Yeah. I can see that. So, yeah. All right, cool. When we get back, we will see. It's possible the finals will be over.
Yeah.
Next time we meet, it's very possible.
Yes. Yeah. I think it will be over.
Yeah. And if it is, I say we get the chance, we should dive into some off-season news, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Appreciate whoever was listening.